Hey people, Regional Victoria sets contact tracing standard in COVID-19 fight. Listen to this, people. COVID-19 contact tracing efforts in regional Victoria are leading the way for new tracing centres to be set up in metropolitan Melbourne suburbs. There will be tracing centres now in suburbs. If you think this ain't coming your way, you gotta be fucking joking. We are talking to our colleagues in different parts of Melbourne in the suburban areas and council to see how we can build on those elements to do quicker and faster contact tracing. Department of Health and Human Services COVID-19 testing commander, Jerry or whatever Weimer, said, at Latrobe Regional Hospital, 16 nurses, medical and allied health staff have retrained to become contact tracers. See the little offices? The little offices that support those people that downloaded the app, those same people that are now fucking everybody else over. See what they look like? Sitting in their little office deciding who's got what. Since mid-July, the team has since helped identify close contacts of more than 30 positive COVID-19 cases. While there are low COVID-19 case numbers, the nurses perform their regular duties and can be called upon to respond to a positive case. We can mobilise almost immediately when there is an active case, and depending on how many cases, if there are multiple cases, we will pull in more people from the team, but we want to start contact tracing almost immediately. The team has been described as detectives behind their phones. Detectives behind their phones, using compassion and empathy to put patients at ease. Of course they are. They have to show empathy and compassion to people who are positive cases, as people reveal very personal details about who they have seen. So the people with the apps, we can say, are snitches, okay? They're snitches. Literal fucking snitches. I'm sorry, but I'm done. I'm done with people downloading stupid fucking shit. I mean, look where Victoria is at now. Look where they're at now. There are currently 180 staff working across 6 contact tracing centres in regional Victoria. Together they've looked after more than 600 positive infections and tracked down more than 6,000 people who could have been exposed to COVID-19. We have had times that people haven't had contact phone numbers. Listen to this. And we have had to go out into the community to find them in person. So, some dickwad who downloaded the app is going to hand them your name, your details, obviously, because it says details, so it can't just be the name, right? And even if they don't have a phone number, or you don't have a phone number, they're going to come looking for your ass into the community. The team is also responsible for follow-up care, so they don't just come and fucking look for you once, they keep coming back like flies on shit. Calling positive cases daily and their close contacts to monitor for symptoms and determine if treatment is required. Do you know this is where MK Ultra and all of that comes into it, you know, where people do this to other people without a second thought, without a conscience, without morals, ethics, compassion, whatever. They're doing this to people for what? Because somebody told them that there was something out there? I mean, where is it? Where is it? The elderly we know are being knocked off. That's a definite, okay? The elderly are being knocked off. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way to put it. But see, to implement all of their tracing, tracking, facial recognition, 5G, etc., they have to keep this going somehow. They have to keep it going. This team is also responsible. Oh, we read that. The contact tracing teams are set to stay even as regional Victoria begins to ease its restrictions. Now, why would they want to stay there? If things are getting better and it's gone, it's going away, why would they want to stay there? It could be next year when we get a vaccine. They will be there to quickly identify cases. Of course they will. Then they'll be screaming that everybody's got COVID just so that they can, like Gates said, we get that needle and we stick it right into the arm. So we stick it right in there. But hey, download another app. Increasing mental health issues, a symptom of Victoria's lockdown. No shit. No shit. You know, does anybody give a fuck about those people? Does anybody give a fuck about those people? What, you put a phone number out there and you think that's going to solve the problem? The government already took away everybody's livelihood, everybody's income, domestic violence in families, took away their fucking mortgages, their homes, broke up families. So many people depressed, they commit suicide. But hey, let's put a number out there. Call a number. Just fucking call a number, you know? Don't harass us. We're busy trying to lift up the COVID numbers. We're busy introducing our tracking, tracing, facial recognition 5G. We have a goal, and that goal is not there for your benefit. It's there for our benefit. You just need to put up with the shit that we're dishing out. Who is going to be held responsible is my question, and it's going to be to the end for those people that have committed suicide because of this. Who is going to be held responsible for all the elderly that died because of lack of duty of care? Is it going to be the Bull or is it going to be Morrison? If you're a newcomer to my channel, the Bull is Dan Andrews. You know, when a bull sees a red flag, it just can't stop. It just keeps fucking going. Who's going to stand up? Who's going to be responsible for that? That person's peers, are they going to hold that person responsible? Are they going to put that person forward and go, you need to be jailed, you need to be taken to court for that? No, people. Because they're in their little shit pool. They don't do that to each other. You, on the other hand, if you go to a protest, which there seems to be obviously another one happening in Melbourne, right? You can't go to a protest without being fined, without being held accountable, without being fined $1,600. You think the government gave you the stimulus package so that you can go buy yourself some Nikes? They knew where this would lead to. They're giving you the money so that you can now pay the fines. The more people they pull up, the more people are going to pay the fines. They get their money back. So really, what did they fucking give you? What did they give you? More people die, like I said, people. of other diseases. Why didn't they set up contact tracing with those people? Why? Why wasn't there an app then? There's got to be an app now because it's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different agenda, and it's got nothing to do with your health. Like I said again, my question is, at the end of this, not at the end of COVID, because oh God, they're gonna forever keep that fucking fear up your ass. Okay, they'll forever keep that fear up your ass. Who's gonna be held responsible? Who? Let's listen to this, shall we?
Stage 4, but it's a milestone they marked alone.
I would love to know for sure when I'd be able to leave the state and go visit my family.
The uncertainty compounded by the fact they don't have access to any of their usual emotional outlets.
Having the gym, there was always a sense of community. You could go there, had social aspects, and just a way to blow off steam, any stress that was going on in your life. You could just have that outlet.
Experts say the long stint of isolation is impacting our health. During the first lockdown, calls to Lifeline increased by more than 20%.
The longer people are in lockdown and curfew, the greater the loneliness, and that in itself is another pandemic we can't allow to get out of control.
Issue for anyone. Fear is a very serious issue for anyone.
Is another pandemic we can't allow to get out of control.
We have this issue of fear. Fear is a very serious issue for anyone, not just the people who are in the mental health problem.
A fear of catching coronavirus is also stopping Victorians from seeking medical treatment for other ailments.
So you have people out there with cancer, with a whole lot of diseases who need attention, and they are just not presenting, and the lockdown rules make it very difficult.
There's also still no word on when elective surgeries will resume, since they were put on hold in metropolitan Melbourne back in July.
Elective surgery is not a matter that we have finalised yet. It's a very important question, I know.
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. Why should he? He's not needing surgery. If he was needing surgery, he'd already have had his. Look at him. He's standing there with no fucking mask on, okay? This is what I see all the time. All the time. Is they get out in front of the camera, no mask. The cops are fining people, but the cops are pulling their masks off their faces, talking to their buddies. Where the fuck? Like, I don't get it. I really don't know why all of Victoria hasn't literally stormed this guy's fucking house or their main fucking government building or whatever the fuck. Every time I see him on camera, there's no mask. Does Corona pick and choose? What, it doesn't pick government fuckwits? It just picks people? Is that what they're saying? He doesn't care. He don't need fucking surgery. The fuck should he care? He cares about him and his salary and his big, huge ass swollen head right now. That's it of what this man cares for. He thinks he's some kind of a fucking hero. He's going to go down as the second fucking Hitler, and nobody thinks that Hitler was any kind of fucking hero. But anyway, I am not even going to... I'd rather go back to the old man. Where is he? There. I don't even want to look at the other fucker. Anyway, I'm out. Download another app, by the way, people. There's many apps out there. Just fucking download them all and fuck each other over. Because that's what you're doing. You're fucking each other over. Later, people.